got any answers for us?
No, just, as we all have announced already, Jason Leffler driving 14 races with the Dollar General team and those guys. And still 8 races left to sell, and whether it's Jason Leffler to fill out the whole year, that's what we'd love to do. Otherwise, there's a possibility that we can get Denny Hamlin to drive a couple and Clint Boyer to drive a couple, Mark Martin to drive a couple. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to step aside. It's the way I've tried to build this place from the beginning was get in the equipment, make sure it's good, win some races, show the people that the stuff's good, and turn over the reins. And, maybe not the exact scenario I would have liked to have played out, but it's a good time to do that. Now I can focus on the nationwide team, making sure same thing again. It's an upstart year. We've got 2 great drivers that are in the car that can make it come out here, win races, be competitive, make sure the engines are good, the cars are good, the bodies are good, everybody's doing their part. And then, whether it's next year or whenever, turn the reins over and try to make it into another development deal.
So as it stands right now, looking like a 1-car, 1-truck KBM for 2012. And I know things can change. And you were talking to Herman Quiroga at one point or another, but he didn't have the money in hand.
I'll tell you what, Herman is he would be a great asset to the Kyle Busch Motorsports team. He's a guy that exactly what we're looking for. A guy who has been in a different series before, being down in NASCAR Mexico, and has won championships. He's won, 3, 4, 5 races the past 3 years. Each season in the past 3 years has won the championship. He's now a 3-time champion in a row. And we would like to be able to put something together to move him up, but unfortunately we're not quite there. And tomorrow's D-Day, and we haven't.
Tomorrow is it. It's for lack of a better term, drop dead day. Either he's got something or he doesn't.
Yeah, that's right. So tomorrow is the drop dead day that we could really make a valiant effort, get the right people in the right places to make Daytona and then the rest of the year.
I was talking to Mike Beam a little bit ago about the task at hand for him. Good guy. I wanted to hug the guy by the time it was over. I mean, what an astronomical amount of work you guys have to do.
He has. We do. He has. I tell you what, man, Mike has, and we told him when he came into this deal, we said, look, man, we've got nothing. I said, those 2 cars down on the shop floor is all we got. And, we've got pit equipment and stuff like that for a second truck team. We'll have to utilize some of that. Unless we get a second truck team, then we'll have 3 teams out of here. We'll have to go get more.
Then you'll really be in trouble.
Then we'll really be in trouble. But we had haulers and all that stuff. But I told him, I said, look, man, I said, this is your deal. You're going to have to take the reins on this thing, and you're going to have to lead it. It's your ship. You're the captain. Right. And so he has done a good job, a really good job at being able to hone in on exactly what he's looked at doing, what he's wanted to do, how he's wanted to build his race cars. The 2 cars that we had, he said, those are junk, throw them away.
Fantastic.
So I said, great, well, that was your Phoenix car and your Bristol car. And now he's like, well, no.
Maybe not total junk.
And he goes, well, we can still use them, but we're going to turn them into road course cars. And I'm like, whatever.
Okay.
So we've got a plan, and the plan is certainly coming together.
On the nationwide side, the announcement today was you for 13 to 15, and Kurt for what's left. So there's still a little wiggle. It's not totally cast in stone yet, right?
Yeah, not yet. We've got most of the schedule kind of laid out. There's some couple arguments Kurt and I are having, but that's fine.
He told us.
He told us.
We'll make it all happen. We're kind of talking about some of the standalone races and stuff, and I told him, I says, well, you're going to fly to this one and you're going to fly to that one. And he goes, what? And I says, yeah. I said, that's the way it works. I said, I'm the boss. And he goes, good point. Okay.
Okay.
And then he says, well, I'm not going to run this one, the off weekend in Chicago. And I says, all right, well, Samantha's probably okay with that because it's Chicago. Her family's up there. I said I could probably get away with taking the off. That's the only off weekend we have in the summer. That's it, So I had to talk to the wife about that one. So she's good. So we've got most of that all figured out. A couple more left to figure out.
How has the brother to brother boss to employee, not really an employee because he's kind of racing as a volunteer to help you out. How do you make all that? Have you figured out quite yet how you're going to make all that work?
Well, I'm paying him. So if I'm paying him...
Oh, he led us to believe you weren't.
Oh, well, of course. I'm not paying him much.
Yeah, he said it was like a, not a high driver salary.
Minimum wage and a sandwich.
Little compensation, yes.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Well, I mean, it is a nationwide deal, and we did sell a sponsor for a full season and everything, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot of bread and butter for those guys. So, but I'm thankful that Kurt was able to come in. Obviously, I'm getting a lot of talent for not a lot of money, which is really good. And I feel like it's going to be a real benefit to our program having him on board. And I think the relationship will be pretty good. I'm looking forward to not only racing my own Nationwide Series car and hopefully winning in it, but also watching somebody else race it and hopefully winning in it and bringing it to victory lane.
If he tries to hold you up for more money, call us. We'll send you the tape, because mere moments ago he did sit here and say he understands that the money needs to go into race cars, not into paying race car drivers.
Yeah, well,
so
see, we
can sell that back to you.
The thing here, too, that we're working on is a budget that is only so much. It's not going to grow, because we've already tapped them out.
Yeah.
And we can pick up associate sponsorship, sure, but you're only going to get so much of that this late in the game. But also, we've got to build 10 brand new race cars in order to fulfill our fleet and have good race cars also. So he's understood of that, and that's what we're doing.
How did this monster deal come together? I mean, in the last couple of years here in NASCAR, they've been with Ricky Carmichael in the Truck Series. How did it all come together for you and them to partner?
Well, I'll tell you what, actually, the late Rick Huseman was the spark that lit the match, per se. He was the guy. I met him at a Toyota function, and he was with the Monster guys, and I asked him about him. How's the brand? How are they to work with? What's the deal there? And he was real upbeat about him. He said all kinds of great things, and so I'm like, I'm going to talk to these guys. Let's see what's going on. As people may know, I've had an awesome relationship with Coca-Cola for years, and that I was at the end of my deal, so I was figuring, well, am I going to re-up with them, or am I going to go somewhere else? I'm not sure. So I was just weighing my options, and I talked to the Monster folks, and right off the bat, they were like, wait a minute, you're available? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we're doing this. What do we got to do?
Wow, isn't that a wonderful thing in this economic time?
Yeah. So I was like, wow, this is this is going to be a lot easier than I expected. Yeah. So let's do this. And we made the deal happen pretty quickly. It's actually been done for a long time. We've just been trying to figure out all the final details and keep everything under wraps as much as we could. So
you kept a reasonably good secret in a town that you can't really keep a secret.
I know. I was actually surprised, and everybody was getting a little anxious, Mr. Scrambled. But we made a great announcement today. That's what I was trying to do. I remember the same thing happening when we tried to make the KBM Truck Series announcement that we were venturing into trucks. Everybody was like, oh, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you leaving Billy? Are you staying with Billy? Are you going truck racing? What's going on? And I'm like, just wait. What do y'all need to know the answers for? Just build your story when we announce a story. And so that's kind of the way.
That's not how it's done. You know that by now.
Of course I don't. There's the Jim Utters and the Twitter of the world and everything else that lets the cat out of the bag too early. So all in all, though, it's really come together really well. I've been really proud of this thing, and it's not necessarily just an effort here at Kyle Busch Motorsports. There's also a continuation of the support with the Monster Athlete program moving into the Cup Series as well with me and Joe Gibbs Racing.
Well, that was going to be my next question. So, obviously, you wouldn't be announcing all this if you hadn't gotten the thumbs up from JGR. They're good to go, ready to launch, happy with everything that you're doing.
Yep, I told JD has been involved in this whole deal from the beginning. Coach wasn't, JD was. And when we were all going through it, JD was okay. He was all right with it. And I says, I got to venture into the Nationwide Series. I says, it would really help us. I says, it's also an easier way for us to keep our doors open. We're not making money here. I'm not even paying myself. I got to pay Kurt because he's Kurt.
Because he's Kurt. Yeah.
But I'm not even paying myself right now. Right. So anyways, I talked to JD about it. I says, look, I want to have a few more people on. I says, if we have a truck and Nationwide team, it really helps out our expenses on everything. The Truck Series is so up and down every single day, let alone every year. So this deal was a really big deal, and JD was good with it all from the beginning. And then Coach come in and he says, "What? Wait, what are you doing?"
Oh no!
Oh,
Heart attack!
He says, "Let me get this straight. You're going to run a nationwide team out of your shop. You're going to race for it and compete against our guys for going for a nationwide owners championship."
Is your heart like busting out of your shirt at this point?
No, because Joe's easy to talk to. So I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." He goes, "Who the hell said this was a?" Joe didn't say hell, by the way.
No, I was going to say. If he said HE double hockey sticks, you really had him mad.
He said, "Who the heck said this was okay?" And I says, "I've told JD about everything." And he goes, "Oh, I gotta go talk to JD." He goes, "If it were up to me, this deal never would have gotten this far."
Lord.
And I'm like, "Well, we're too close now to back out." So he's okay with it. He understands. He's not good with it, but he's okay with it. So,
basically, poor Joe Gibbs is thinking, I just lost the most winningest driver in the Nationwide Series to go run for his own operation. Crap!
Well, yeah, that's part of it. And then he moved Jason Radcliffe up to the Cup Series, and so, it was kind of like, well, obviously the nationwide effort's phenomenal over Joe Gibbs Racing, and I think that all started with Jason and Dave and what they've built it into. And now with Jason leaving and Jason and Dave now being on the Cup side, that kind of opens the door for Matt, a new crew chief, to be. And, how successful that's going to be, I'm hoping it's still going to be successful. I'm hoping they're still going to win races.
You're hoping they're good enough to run second every week, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. If they win a couple times because we crash out, whatever, that's fine, But no, I think they'll still be fine. They're going to run good. Denny's going to be there. Joey's going to be there. Mark's going to be there. So, it'll still be a working collaboration together too, because we've got fresh ideas over here now with Mike Beam, who's come from Roush Racing.
Sure.
So putting some of those ideas from the Roush bandwagon to Joe Gibbs Racing should help.
Final question here, and this one actually came from a listener.
Okay.
They wanted to know, how involved is Sam in KBM? We know she's got projects of her own. We certainly see her touch around here in the decorating venue.
Yeah.
How involved, how hands-on is she in the race team?
She's very involved, actually. She loves it. At first, she was really skeptical of it and not really sure how it all worked, but she's learned a lot. And her going to school and doing the things that she's done for her business degree, industrial psychology, and learning how to make people mesh and work together. Is kind of her background now. So she really likes picking out the people, interviewing the people, kind of seeing who fits where and what they can do and how good their skill sets are, which is great because she went to school for that.
I was going to say, that sounds like a pretty valuable skill to have.
It is, So her and I do a lot of this stuff together. And, with her being she doesn't do the competition side. I do all the competition side, along with Rick Wren and now Mike Beam and Eric Phillips. So, but of course, being around the shop and the decorative things, the ideas that went on downstairs with having fire suits and a photo wall and the trophy cases and stuff like that.
Those trophy cases they're
amazing.
They're off the hook.
Cool. Thank you very much. And that was her idea. I said, free reign. It's yours. Have at it. And we're out of room, and we've got trophies elsewhere. They're in my office. They're in her office. There's still some at home. So what
a wonderful problem to have.
It is.
I
know. It's a very good problem to have. Yeah. So like right now, Mike Beam asked me. He goes, "Well, where are you going to put all our trophies when we win this nationwide deal?" And I says, You win enough, and I'll build you a new case.
Absolutely.
So he's pushing really hard, so I got to build a new case.
Good stuff. Well, he's got to win them first, right?
He's got to win them first, but I told him, I says, it won't come out of the motorsports budget. I says, I'll pay for it. I'll build you the trophy case. So he's all about that.
And happily.
Yeah, that's right.
Congratulations. It's going to be an exciting deal. We're looking forward to watching it happen. Cars look great, or car looks great. I don't know. Have you got any others that are painted and lettered up yet, or just the one?
Just the two show cars, actually. Those aren't the race cars yet. Those were just the show cars. But no, our Daytona car actually is still in bare sheet metal right now. We've got our backup car. It's painted, but our primary car, it's in bare metal today. Hopefully by, what's today, Thursday? By Monday, it goes to the paint shop to get primered. So then it goes to the wind tunnel by next Friday. So then we can come back, and whether we got a massage on it, work on it, or whether we say it's good, it'll go to the paint shop. And we're, 3 weeks away from being in Daytona or something like that.
28 days is what Mike Beam told us today.
So he knows. He's got the countdown. And trust me, the chassis shop's got the countdown going, too, because they know how many cars they got to build in the next 45 days.
You got a chance here, and I'm just reading this, and I apologize for not knowing about it in advance. You're giving some fans an opportunity to kind of get a little up close and personal with a race car?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Tomorrow, actually, our doors are going to be open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. as usual, our normal business hours. We're inviting any fans that are in Mooresville, North Carolina, Charlotte, wherever. If you're close to the shop, swing on by. And we've got a little shindig going on at 10 o'clock, and the Monster Athlete team with the Freestyle Supercross guys are going to be here. They're going to be doing a show right out in the parking lot, so swing on by, check those guys out. And then we're also going to have the show cars up front and personal in the showroom that anybody can stand next to, get up close and personal with, take some photos, and, of course, see what the new car looks like, and, of course, check out what's going on in the fishbowl, looking inside the shop floor and everything like that, and hopefully have a great time while here at Kyle Busch Motorsports. Maybe there's even some sample drinks running around. You never know.
What'd you say, 9 or 10 tomorrow? 9 to 4?
We're open from 9 to 4,
okay.
But 10 o'clock is the show.
Okay,
yep.
Okay. So a lot of folks in town for Acceleration Weekend. Great opportunity for them to come out and get a good look at it.
That's right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Good deal. Appreciate it. Thanks very much. Been very gracious host here today. Your people have done a great job.
Well,
thank you.
I think they have too. I've got to give a lot of credit to the whole staff here at Kyle Busch Motorsports, up here in the offices as well as downstairs on the floor. Everybody's done a phenomenal job, and they deserve to be paid better, let me tell you.
Not easy to pull one of these big announcement deals off. There's a lot of different stuff going on.
Trust me, it's a production.
Who knew?
It's no different. It's a show, man. We were wearing radios, and they're calling back and forth and making sure everything's right. And
wow.
I'm sure we surprised some of the media when we had that second car drive out, so that was pretty cool.
Pretty neat stuff.
Yep.
Thanks again. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
See you soon
Thanks.
in Daytona.
We'll be there.
Kyle Busch joining us live at Kyle Busch Motorsports. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Jeremy McGrath's going to drop by. Dave Mira's going to drop by. We'll talk some extreme sports and with the Monster Energy teammates after this.